Now these are word problems. These are questions which are set in words, and when you try to solve them, they give rise to a quadratic equation. The first example is saying that I think of a number. Let us assume that let the number be y. Let the number be y. They said I think of a number, square it. So you are having y squared, square it and subtract. This is the squaring. The number thought of is y, square it and subtract 6, or subtract 6 times the original number. 6 times the original number, so subtract 6 times the original number, which number is y. So that is y squared minus 6y. And I said the result is 27. That when you do that, you get 27. So that is now the expression, that is the equation that has come up from the words they have given us. So they are saying find the original number, which is y. So we have, let us rearrange this. This is minus 6y minus 27 equal to 0. Now this one is a full-fledged quadratic equation. So find two numbers whose sum is negative 6 and the product is negative 27. Actually, at this point you can solve the quadratic equation using any method which is convenient for you. You can use the formula, you can use the factorization method, you can use the method of completing squares. Whatever method you use, it is okay, provided you get us the number which we thought about. So now the factors which are responsible for this, these numbers are negative 9 and 3. When you add negative 9 and 3, you get negative 6. And when you multiply those two numbers, you get negative 27. So we shall have these two numbers in the place of the negative 6y. So we shall have that y squared minus, this is minus 3, okay, this is plus 3, plus 3y minus 9y minus 27 equal to 0. This one here, these two are in the place of negative 6y. That's what we do. So you get this 3y, which is for this one, the 3y, the minus 9y. That's what we are doing. However, what we are going to do, we are going to group these two values, group these two and also these two, and when you group them, you look at a common factor between each pair. So for y squared plus 3y, the common factor is y, and when you factorize out y, you remain with y plus 3. Then minus, the common factor here is still, it is 9, so that is 9, and what remains in the bracket is y plus 3. The plus is coming out because you are having that this one is minus, and when you have a minus 9 here and a bracket, you have this one plus, such that negative 9 times this one, which is a positive, should get us a minus 27, which is at that spot there. This one is equal to 0. Now we have this part, there is y plus 3 here and y plus 3 there. What we do there is to factorize out the y plus 3. You realize that there is here y plus 3. and so the y plus 3 of that space, we shall factorize it out. Y plus 3 is being factorized out. When you have y plus 3 moved out, this space here shall remain with y. Then you also have here a 9 plus 3, a y plus 3. So since y plus 3 is factorized out here, what remains there is a 9. So we have this as y minus 9. So here y plus 3 has been factorized out, remained with a y, which is here, then here remained with a 9. So you have y plus 3 into y minus 9, everything equal to 0. Now we have that either, because if those two brackets are equal to 0, the product of the two, we shall have that either y plus 3 equal to 0, implying that y is equal to negative 3y crosses the equal sign goes to the right hand side, becomes positive. Or the other fact we can assume is that y minus 9 is equal to 0, implying that y minus 9 plus 9 is equal to 0 plus 9. Y is equal to 9. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0. So we have two values here, and those values are in such a way that y is equal to negative 3 and then 9. Those are the two values which are satisfying our supposition there. We have got another question. The length of a rectangular plot is 4 centimeters. Actually, it is 4 meters more than the width. It is 4 meters more than the width. Actually, this one is there is a problem here. This one is it is also meter squared. It is not centimeter. Then I said the area of the plot is 96 meters squared. That is supposed to be meter squared. Find the width. Suppose that is our plot, and if that is the case, we have that the length is 4 meters more. So we don't know what the width is. We don't know the width. So you can see that let the width be x. And now they are saying that the length is 4 meters more than the width, implying that to get the length, you get x plus 4 in terms of meters. That is meters. This is x meters. So if the width is x meters, the length is x plus 4 meters, such that the other one is 4 meters more than the other. That's what they said. And they said the area is 96. Area is equal to 96. Actually, this one is 96 meters squared. Now, if that is the area, we know that area is equal to length times width, and this will imply that the length, which is x plus 4 times x, that is the area. I should get 96. When I open the brackets here, this x multiplies each of these. I have that x squared plus 4x is equal to 96, and I can now try to arrange this equation to write it as a well arranged quadratic equation. X squared plus 4x minus 96 equal to 0. That is now a quadratic equation which we can solve by any method we want. I'm going to solve using the factorization method. Find two numbers such that the sum is 4 and the product is equal to negative 96. The numbers there which can give us that, they are negative 8 and 12. When you multiply those two, you get 96, and when you add them, you get 4. We can now distribute those values in the place of 4, and we have that x squared minus 8x plus 12x minus 96 equal to 0. Check out that this one is in the place of the 4x. The factors we have distributed, we are distributing them instead of 4x. Then we shall group these two and also those two. And we factorize the common factors there. The first pair, x is common here and there, so we have x factorized out. Then we have x minus 8, then plus, the plus is there. This one, the 12 is common here and there, so we factorize out 12, and they still remain with x minus 8. Everything is equal to 0. X minus 8 is common everywhere. When we factorize it out, here we remain with x plus, then here we remain with 12. Everything is equal to 0. So we have that either is equal to 8 or x is equal to, this one is x plus 12 equal to 0, implying that x is equal to negative 12. Now from here we are dealing with this, so we shall say that neglect x equal to negative 12 because it is a negative, and we are not talking about a negative length. You can notice that the area of the plot is that maybe the width of the plot is negative 12. That one is something which cannot be. And now say that therefore the width of the plot is 80 meters. That is acceptable. The width of the plot is 80 meters. Mustafa is 11 years younger than Ibrahim. We shall suppose that let M equal to Mustafa's age, and then we have B equal to Ibrahim's age. When we do that, from this statement, we have one of them who is older than the other. If Mustafa is 11 years younger than Ibrahim, it means that Ibrahim is the one who is older. So to get, you can do it in whatever way. To get Mustafa's age, you get Ibrahim's age minus 11 because Mustafa is young. And to get Ibrahim's age, you get Mustafa's age, the one who is younger, and you add 11. In other words, see, the difference in their age is 11, and the one who is having more age is Ibrahim. So this one means that B minus M is equal to 11. That's the difference in their age. Ibrahim is 11 years more than Mustafa. So this one is, can call it equation 1. Then they are saying that the product of their ages is 42, implying that when you get Ibrahim's age times Mustafa's age, you get 42. This one is equation 2. So what we are going to do, the question is saying how old is Ibrahim? We are looking for Ibrahim's age, which is B. So from equation 1, we shall eliminate M. From 1, B minus 11 equal to M. The 11 is moving from the right to the left, becoming minus, and M is being transferred from the left to the right, giving rise to this expression. So we shall substitute where there is M, we put there B minus 11. So substitute in equation 2. We are substituting this expression, this equation, in this one. We have that B, in the place of M, I have B minus 11. B minus 11, everything is equal to 42. When I open the brackets, I have that B squared minus 11B is equal to 42. I take the 42 from the right to the left so that I can have a quadratic equation. B squared minus B minus 42 equal to 0. This one is also a quadratic equation, fine, but I want to write it in the form ax squared plus bx plus equal to 0. The method which the format which we can solve using the factorization method. Find two numbers such that their sum is negative 11 and such that their product is 42. The numbers which can give us this, they are negative 14 and 3. The method of getting these factors is where I explained it on this channel still. You can just look for it, and I will make some other videos purposely for how to get the factors there. Because the other you may find that it is somewhere in the middle of the video, you may not find it quickly. But these are the factors. These are the two numbers which are in such a way that when you add them, you get negative 11. And negative 14 times 3, the product is 40. Is 42. Actually, it's supposed to be negative 42. This is negative, the value of C there, times 1, it is 42 negative. We now have that B squared minus 3B, this one is plus 3B, then minus 14B minus 42 equal to 0. We are distributing this one in the place of negative 11B, this one which is here. The 3B is this one. From the 3 we got, from the factors we got, we have the 3 and the negative 14. The other ones we are putting there. We now group these two. So for this one and that one, there is a b which is common, so we have b into b plus 3 minus 14 is common here and there, and we still pull out the 14 and we have b plus 3. Everything is equal to 0. When I open the brackets here, I go back to what is up there, and now we have that b plus 3 factorized out into b minus 14 equal to 0. So we have that either b plus 3 equal to 0, implying that b is equal to negative 3. This one is equal to negative 3, or b minus 14 equal to 0, and that b is equal to 14. We shall neglect that. We say neglect b equal to negative 3. Why? Because here we are dealing with the age, and you cannot say that Ibrahim's age is negative 3. That one is not possible. So you have that neglect b equal to negative 3. We now make a conclusion that therefore Ibrahim is 14 years old. That is Ibrahim's age. That is Ibrahim's age. I guess we are following properly. We can proceed. The product of two consecutive integers equals 5. Consecutive. If I have consecutive, it means that if one is 1, the other is 2. If the other is 3, the other is 4. If one is 66, the other is 67. If the other is x, the other is x plus 1. That is what we have as consecutive integers. That's what it means that they are consecutive. So we shall say that let the smaller integer be, let x be the smaller integer. And I say the product of the two. This implies that x plus 1 is the larger one, is the larger integer. Just like you can have that if one is 5, the other is 5 plus 1. This is what we are talking about, that this is x, another is x plus 1. If one is 5, another is 6, which is 5 plus 1. If one is 10, the other is 10 plus 1, which is 11. Consecutive. They are saying that the product of two consecutive integers, the product of the two, the product is x into x plus 1, that is the product, equals 5 times the smaller integer. 5 times something is 5 multiplied by that thing. So 5 times the smaller integer, that is 5x. So x plus x into x plus 1 is equal to 5 times x. Then they said 5 times the smaller integer plus 32. There we are. That one is the equation which we have got from these statements here. That 5 times that x, the product of two consecutive integers, equals 5 times the smaller integer plus 32. Let us solve this. Let us try to open the brackets. X squared plus x is equal to 5x plus 32. X squared plus x minus 5x minus 32 equal to 0. We are transferring all of them the terms from the right to the left, all of them are being transferred to the left. We remain with x squared, x minus 5x, that is minus 4x minus 32 equal to 0. We shall need to find two numbers such that the sum is equal to negative 4 and the product is equal to negative 32. The numbers which can perform this magic, they are negative 8 and 4. Those numbers, when you add them, you get 4 negative, and when you multiply them, you get negative 32. So we have these ones, 8x, negative 8x and 4x distributed in the place of negative 4x. So we have x squared plus 4x, starting with this, minus 8x minus 32 equal to 0. Check that these ones are the factors we got here, and they are taking up the place of negative 4x. And as much as 4x minus 8x is equal to negative 4x. So for the first group, we are grouping now these two and those two. So for the first one, x is common. So we have x into x plus 4, then minus 8 into x plus 4. I told you don't be hard on yourself. Once you get the first bracket, the second bracket is the same as the first one. And now if this one is supposed to have, if you're supposed to have x here, x must come out, and it comes to the fact that 8 times 4 is that one, because this is negative 8 and then a positive 4, we get us negative 32. Factorize out x plus 4, and then here remain with the x minus 8. Everything is equal to 0. We now have that either either x plus 4 is equal to 0, implying that x is equal to negative 4, or x minus 8 equal to 0, implying that x is equal to 8. So the numbers involved here, we have 8 and then negative 4. And since these are just integers, I think both of them will be satisfying the condition. So find the integers. So the integers are when x is negative 4, we have negative 4 and negative 3. Then we have, and then 8 and 9, because the first one is x, then x plus 1. So if the other one is negative 4, the other is 3, and then these two pairs are the ones which are satisfying the condition that we have there. We have got those. Twice the square of a certain number equals 5 times the number plus 3. Find the number. Twice the square of a number. First of all, the square of a certain number. If the number is x, then its square is x squared. The square of a certain number is x squared. Now they say twice. It means that 2 of that twice, because twice of y is 2y. But they say twice a, that is 2a. Twice of m, that is 2m. So twice of the square of a number, that's what we have. And I said twice the square of a certain number equals 5 times the number is equal to 5 times the number. So it is again 5 times of that number plus 3. That is the equation which we can generate from those wordings there. And now we need to say, they said find the number, so they want us to, we need to solve that equation for the values of x, and we get the number they talked about. Let us rearrange this so that we can write this equation in the form a x squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. We have 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, everything is equal to 0. We have the 5x is getting to the right, to the left, 3x3 is also moving to the left, so they are becoming minus. Now we need to find the two numbers such that the sum is negative 5 and the product is 2 times negative 3, which is equal to negative 6. Find the two numbers whose sum is negative 5 and product negative 6. Those numbers happen to be 1 and negative 6. Get this one as x and then another one as negative 6x and distribute them in that position there. So we have 2x squared plus x minus 6x minus 3, everything is equal to 0. Now we shall group these two and those two. For this pair, 2x squared and x, there is a common factor which is x. I factorize it out and I remain with the 2x plus 1. This bracket should be the same as the first one, 2x plus 1. And what can make that one happen out there is by subtracting 3 there. So this one is equal to 0. So we have now there is 2x plus 1 everywhere. So we just write this one and that x minus 3 once into 2x plus 1. That's what we basically do. But what we are doing is push 2x plus 1 from here and there to the right, and then remaining with just x minus 3 out there. So we have that either x minus 3 equal to 0, implying that x is equal to 3, or we have that 2x plus 1 equal to 0, implying that 2x plus 1 minus 1 equal to 0 minus 1, that 2x equal to negative 1, 2x over 2 is equal to negative 1 over 2, x is equal to negative a half. These are just numbers, both of them should satisfy the given words. So we have that the number is negative a half or 3. Those two numbers can satisfy the equation which they have given us. Here we have a rectangle 6 centimeter long, 5 centimeter wide. The first one is 6 centimeters wide long and then 5 centimeter wide. They said if the length is increased by x, we are increasing the length by x. So you have 6 plus x, and reduce this side by 5 by x. So that one is 5 minus x. The area, I can call this area A1, while I call this one area 2, A2. Now the area A1, we know that length, it is length times width. So this one is equal to 6 times 5, which is equal to 30 centimeters squared. The area of this other one is still length times width, which is equal to 60 plus x into 5 minus x. I work out 6 into, open the brackets, 5 minus x. I get 6, I multiply every term there. Then I get x, and also multiply the second bracket. I get 6 and I multiply the whole bracket, plus x times the whole bracket is what I'm doing there. So I have this one as 30 minus 6x, this and that is plus 5x, x and x, but minus, that is x squared. Shall have this one as 30 minus, I remain with x there, then x squared. I say that in moving from this to that, there has been a reduction of 40%. So if there is a reduction of 40%, what remains is 60%. Listen, if the area is reduced by 40%, what remains is 100 minus 40, which is equal to 60%. So the area A2 is 60% of the first area. This one is 60% because the 40 has gone off. So this one is 60% of this one here. So we can write that consideration that area 2 is equal to 60% of area 1, having 40% gone. So A2, the area 2 is 30 minus x squared is equal to 60%, means 60 over 100, then times A1, which is equal to 30. When I work out everything there, 60 times 30, I get 1800, divided by 100, I get 18. So what I'm going to do, I will get everything on the left, and I put everything to the right, and I remain with a 0 on the left. Then later I return the equation around. So we have that 0 is equal to 18, 30 is positive on the left, becomes negative on the right, x is negative on the left, becomes positive on the right, and so is x squared. Let me turn the equation around and start with x squared followed by x, then 18 minus 30, that one is 12. Everything is equal to 0. And now we find two numbers which are in such a way that sum is equal to 1 and the product is equal to negative 12. And those numbers are negative 3 and 4. So I have x squared minus 3x plus 4. This one is 4x plus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. Group those two and those two. We shall have there, for this one and that one, the common factor is x. So factorize out x and win with x minus 3. Then plus 4 into x minus 3. It should be 4 that we factorize out here, so that I can win with x minus 3. which ensures that the two brackets are the same. So I have this one and that x plus 4, this x plus 4 into, we write those two brackets once. So it is like I have factorized out x minus 3 and I remain with x plus 4. And now everything is equal to 0. I'm forgetting that it is equal to 0. And from there now we have that either x plus 4 equal to 0, implying that x is equal to negative 4, or x minus 3 is equal to 0, implying that x is equal to 3. Therefore, x is equal to negative 4, 3. That is what we have there. Those are the values of x.